Hey, what's up, guys? My new record, Wild Ones, is out today. And I want to thank Cody Allen and CMT for letting me stop by and answer some of you guys' questions about the record or whatever you got. Or if y'all just want to discuss how amazing and out of control this mullet is getting right now. It's gorgeous. I know it. You know it. So let's just get the elephant out of the room. And, golly, that's nappy. Holy cow, man. I've been out here on the road too long, I think. And this is just disgusting. I didn't realize it till I freaking pushed record on this thing. So anyways, Gretchen from Denver. We all saw your handstand. Any more hidden talents you can share with us? Look, I got tons of hidden talents, okay? We could talk about my hidden talents for the next 2 years if you wanted to. Every day, all day. There's tons of them. Gretchen, I did my handstand. Don't be greedy, okay? Look, I'm not going to give you all my talents at one time, but I have a lot of them. So anyways, Louisa from Huntington Beach, what do you think about when you're performing aside from remembering the lyrics and tabs to the song? Okay, first of all, Louisa, this is not 8th grade anymore where we're figuring out guitar tabs, okay? I'm not thinking about guitar tabs while I'm on stage. Lyrics, on the other hand, I'm not thinking about them until I forget them, which is often. But I think about, a lot of times I'm super connected with what I'm singing. I do this a lot of the same songs, every night because I only had one record, so I've been doing a lot of these songs. But I'm definitely I'm thinking about the energy of the audience and how to go off of that energy. You got to be in tune with what the audience is doing. When to call audibles, when to cut songs, when to go to a new song, when you have the audience in your hand. You got to think about all those kind of things. Sometimes I'm like totally connected with a song where I don't even know there's people out there sometimes. And then sometimes I'm not as connected with it. There's all kind of things going on in my head. And sometimes I feel like if somebody knew what was going on in my head sometimes in the middle of a show, they would put me in a straitjacket because I got crazy stuff sometimes that goes on in there. But I'm kind of all over the place. Jordan from Raleigh. Will we get a recorded version of Backseat as played in many of your recent shows? Jordan, get your act together, first of all. Get it together. Everybody knows that Backseat is on the deluxe record. I put it on there. It came out, I guess we announced it like a month ago. Get it together, Jordan. We put out a video today. Yes, Backseat is going to be only on the deluxe record, so go get it. Nancy from Scranton, you've accomplished so much thus far. Thank you, Nancy. What's your next goal you set for yourself? First of all, let's talk about everything I've accomplished so far. I'm just joking. I'm just being stupid. We can talk about how I've accomplished the greatest mullet of all time right now since Billy Ray Cyrus at this moment in time, right now as we speak. Goals are funny for me. Like, I'm an insanely driven person, and I don't need to really set goals to push myself. My goal is to continue to be a successful writer-artist and to continue to build a fan base and to continue to, like, grow this whole thing and take care of my camp and the people around me. Like, those are my goals. I'm not necessarily thinking like, okay, I want to win the album of the year here. I want to play this stadium at this point. Like, it's more like I want to make great music for the fans and continue to have a career playing my music. And that's my goal. And I have tons of goals outside of music. Like, there's certain charities I want to start. There's all kind of things like that I have in my head. But when it comes to music, I don't need that to push me. So there you go. Cause this thing's gorgeous right now. This mullet is just, I can't take my eyes off of it. Which do you prefer performing, in large venues or small venues? It changes. When I've been performing in a bunch of large venues for several shows in a row, then I want to go to a small one. The energy of a small one is just, it's a unique thing when they're right on top of you. But then the large one, you get a whole different kind of feeling in there a lot of times. So I don't know if there's a preference. But I definitely enjoy both of them. Jake from Charlotte, what was your first big purchase you bought when you started making money in the business? When I started making it rain. Anna wants to go eat. My promotion rep's starving right now. She's just like, she hasn't eaten since, we've been up since 5 a.m. We're a little delirious. She's starving. She's infatuated with my mullet. Jake from Charlotte was the first big purchase. Man, I'm not that kind of dude, to be honest. And that's the truth, man. People know me, man. Like my band and management, everybody makes fun of me so bad because I'm so just like, I don't give a... Things, man, they just don't mean nothing to me, really, man. I haven't gone out and bought things. I bought a little house. I bought a tiny little house, 2 bedrooms. Just very chill, man. Like, I'm not out trying to be all flashy. Just don't care about this stuff, dude. I'm sure I'll buy some things at some point. I just hadn't yet. Yep, that's it, Jake. Sorry, man, to disappoint you. I know that's the thing now. Get you. I gotta flash it all off the Instagram, don't I? And show you what kind of balling ride I got, and the jets that I'm flying in. But Jake, I could give a shit about that kind of stuff. Just keeping it real. Abby Edgerton, let's see, what's the funniest thing that has ever happened? Her screen's broke, that's why I gotta look so close. It's like completely shattered. I'm having to like look through all the cracks here with my with Anna's phone here. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened while performing? I don't want to tell this story anymore. I've told it before, and it happened with Pretty Girl, but I'm not gonna tell it because now I got people coming to shows thinking that it's cute to holler it out again, and I'm like, okay, it's already happened now. It's over. Now you just pissing me off now. So I'm not gonna tell you what that is, but I'm gonna let you look at that mullet right there just one more time. Anyways, Dina from Mount Juliet. I used to have a boo in Mount Juliet. I did. I used to have a boo in Mount Juliet. Some good times in Mount Juliet. I used to have 2 boos in Mount Juliet. Anyways, which song, Wild Ones, was the toughest to write for you? Heart's Desire, without a shadow of a doubt. Heart's Desire took me forever to write. The melody always felt special to me. I had the guitar, you know, the sound in my head, and I kept having that chorus, the ooh, ooh, hey, hey, I'm a da-da-da, you're my heart, and I had that kind of thing, but I never knew what I was trying to say, and I wrote 3 different lyrics on top of that lyric, and I kept going back and being like, it's not right, it's not right, because that thing it always felt special to me, and I finally, one night at like 2 or 3 a.m., I stepped outside, and it just, all of a sudden, it was like 13 degrees outside. I was not in a good place. I was not in a good place mentally. And it just like I'd never felt that alone and that vulnerable in that moment. That was like the most isolated I'd ever felt. And I got all this good stuff happening around my career, but I felt so alone on my journey. And I wrote one of my favorite lyrics I've ever written that night. And so it finally made sense to me. I walked out and that whole first verse came to me. You know, about the, night's falling on me like a big black coat. I'm staring through the window, empty cold, and thick white smoke's falling off my lips, and the cannonball, and all that stuff, and it just finally made sense, and that's my favorite. Yeah. So yeah, Kelly, Elkhart Lake. What is your all-time favorite song to perform? Of mine, I would say "Crazy One More Time." That song's got a special place with me, and I feel different. I never get tired of playing that song, ever. It's been 3.5 years, and I never get tired of playing it. So, yeah. Brenda, if you were stranded on a desert island, I already love this where you're going with this anyways. We could talk about deserted islands all day. What's the one thing you would absolutely need to have? Brenda, Can I say Marissa Miller? Would that be too much to ask? What's the one thing I'll need to have? How about let's talk about like a few things I need to have. So if I was going on a deserted island, one thing, geez, let's give me like 4. Let's do 4. I'm changing your question because I can do that. My mullet is that special today where I can do whatever I want with my mullet. It has a mind of its own right now. I would take a guitar. I know that's cliche, but I would because I know how to play guitar, and I could, I would at least be some kind of release and some kind of entertainment for myself. So I would take a guitar. I would take a knife. Dadgum, I would need matches or a lighter. Something tells me I could figure out a way to get a fire going. I've seen freaking Bear Grylls too many times. I think I could do it. I've never tried it, but I just think I could do it. I think I get pissed off enough and I get determined enough where I can make that happen. And I just keep the fire going. I always keep stuff on it. So I need that knife to cut the logs because I can't Miyagi them with my hand. And I can catch fish in the ocean with that knife. I can make spears, catch wild boar, wild game. I could catch rabbits, I could practice throwing that thing. I could get a master at it because you ain't got nothing else to do. Except make out with Marissa Miller if she was on there, but I don't think that's really possible or that's even logical or, realistic. So, 2 more things. What am I at? I got a guitar, I got a knife. I said anything else? Yeah, but we know Marissa doesn't really count. So that's 2 things. And then I would take a Bible. I would take a Bible. First of all, I have a faith about me, and I'm by no means a saint. I walk. I won't get into that, but I've always had a faith about me, and I've always had a heart for God. So I would take that. Because it's the only book that you could read over and over, and you could, first of all, learn something new from every time, and you're never going to be able to read all of it and comprehend all of it. So it would constantly keep your mind stimulated. And then on the opposite end of that, this is going to sound completely I know some people are going to be like, oh, you can't talk about that, you can't say you take a Bible and then take this, but this is what I would do. This is my question. This is not your question. So, this is your question, but this is my answer. So, I would take the Bible and I would take an endless wine cellar. And I would drink wine and I'd play guitar and I'd read scripture and make spears all at one time. That would be my thing. Then I'd go, Marianne from Camp Hill. What would people be surprised to know about you? That I've been working on this mullet for 6 months. People be surprised to know about me. I don't ever know how to answer those kind of questions. I gotta be honest. I don't think you're gonna get your answer right here. It's one of those things where people just have to find that out from being around me. I'm kind of I don't know how. I'm a weird cat. I'm pretty weird in the sense of the way I kind of go about doing things in life in general, and I notice that because I'm around other people and people tell me how weird I am, and I get it, and I understand that my brain works a little bit different, and I don't think there's a lot of artists showing up to their tour bus with their clothes in a garbage bag, stuff like that. I think that I'm kind of I don't care about what I'm dressed like, what my hair looks like right now with this mullet. Maybe people wouldn't know that about me, is that I'm just really backwoods redneck sometimes. And I'm fine with that. Yeah. I would say, there's a lot of things though. I've got a lot of quirks. My mind ticks in a different kind of way, and I don't know how to answer to tell you how I'm different from other. What's interesting about me. I don't want to say that something's interesting about me. You know what I mean? I just feel weird answering those kind of questions. But I appreciate your question. I'm not hating on your question. I just don't know how to answer your question. So anyways, Taylor from Jackson. Look out, Jackson Town. Baby, 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 baby. Baby, baby, baby. The perfect day off consists of going where and doing what. Where I want to go and what I want to do. If I gotta go and I gotta go. And, the perfect day off consists of I would go surfing somewhere. I would go surfing in Costa Rica from 6 o'clock in the morning until about 11, right before noon. Cook a gigantic breakfast of just scrambled eggs and black beans and rice, a little bit of toast. Hey, look here, you freaking pipe down back there. And then drink like 3 imperial beers, pass out for 2 hours, and then go back, at sundown and surf for a good hour and a half and work off the 90,000 pounds I just put on before I went to bed. That would be my good day. Charlie from Norwich, growing up, I'm trying to read through these cracks on your screen. Growing up, what was one of your favorite TV shows? Man, I used to love as a kid watching reruns of because it wasn't really on the air anymore. So I was always watching reruns of the Wonder Years. I always thought that show was so well done. I got to tuck my mullet behind me. It's just freaking driving me crazy. Man, I haven't been a good rat tail in country music in a while. I think I might do that soon. Yeah, I would say the Wonder Years. Man, I loved Winnie Cooper. Man, I thought she was just... And then as I got older, I realized what a freaking... Ooh, she was, man. Like, she was just, like, not cool. Like, nothing about her was cool on that show. And as I was little, I was always like, oh, Winnie's so innocent. She's so, like, I was a little kid and I thought she was sweet. But she was, like, everything but sweet. She was such a jerk to that dude the whole time. A complete brat that just seemed like she was stuck up. Like, nothing about Winnie Cooper was cool. But I thought it was when I was young. Anyways. Pisses me off the way she treated that dude on the show. When was the last time you had a good laugh to where you cracked up? What happened? Well, actually, just a little while ago with Anna, who's my promo rep for MCA Records. She's the bomb. She's the bomb, and she's hiding right now because she doesn't want to be on camera. And Anna makes me laugh all the time. And what Anna was talking about was way too disgusting to share that with you guys right now because she's a disgusting human being at times. But I like that about her. She's crass and yeah. Let's just say that Anna likes to discuss bowel movements. Anyways, Lindsay from South Bay, what process do you use to determine if a song will be recorded and released? The process is I say that's going to be recorded and released. Bam! Boom! I dig it. Nah, I'm lying. It's a collective effort. We all get together, a big team of people. I let friends hear it. I just kind of like, and then at the end of the day, it has to come down to my gut. What am I feeling in my gut about what we're supposed to do here? But I like to get opinions from a lot of people and see what people are feeling. So it's just a process. It takes time to live with the songs and to dwindle it down. Maryland from Buffalo, what is or what would be your life motto? Get busy living or get busy dying. That would be it. Everybody always talks about doing stuff. Oh my gosh, like I would love to go do that. Well then freaking go do it. Like everybody's just always talking. And early in life I was like, you know what, I'm going to do these things I talk about. Everybody's like, oh, I don't have the money to go do that. And I was like, what? Like, just go do it. Go figure it out. And I was 21, man. I had $700 to my name in my pocket, total, and bought a one-way ticket to the Big Island and lived outside in the freaking tent for a long time. Surfed and backpacked all over. You know, I realize everybody can't do that right now in their life, but I mean, you learn when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations and you're by yourself. First of all, you learn a lot about yourself, and then you learn like how to cope and how to deal, and you figure out you're a lot better on your feet than you thought, and you start realizing that when you want to go do something, you just got to go do it. You can't worry about people calling you crazy or this and that, and it's like, make it happen. Anyways, Melissa from Hartford, I know you met Shania Twain once and said you were tongue-tied. Have you met her since, and how did it go? I have not met her since. I dropped that ball. The ship has sailed. Shania Twain will never meet me, and Shania's not going to happen. Let's all just let that go. I should have never brought up Shania Twain. I'm tired of talking about Shania. Shania does not care about me. Shania does not know that I exist. So I don't know if I need to be talking about Shania anymore. No more Shania questions, okay? You got me? I'm done. But if I could get a hold of that thing one time, I would just yank. Anyways, never mind. We won't get into that. Helen from Columbia, what is your most prized possession? I don't have one. Cindy from Manchester. Helen just got so like broken hearted, and I just dismissed that so quick. I don't think I have one. Guitar. What? Are you just gonna answer questions for me? You're gonna tell me like that's my guitar is my guitar is not my most prized possession. First of all, there's like multiple guitars, and I don't have like a guitar that's like my most prized possession. To be honest, God, it's sad that I don't have a most prized possession. I don't have one. Cindy from Manchester, what is the wildest thing you've ever done? You know, honestly, Cindy, I would say when I was like, because I think about like the severity of it. Like I had a dad that was, I mean, he would kick your ass. He was a tough dude, and he didn't mess around. And when I was like just turned 16, just got my license, I met this girl in Panama City Beach, and she wanted me to come back down and stay with her. She was 19, first year at Gulf Coast College. I lied, said I was 18. I wasn't. When we couldn't get in the clubs, I just said that I just didn't bring my ID. When I drove back up from Tifton, Georgia, which is a 3 hours and 45-minute drive. In my little piece of junk ride, and told my folks I was going to stay with a buddy because I just had to see this girl. And you know, I drove all the way up there, and we're going out to the club, and she asked me where's my ID, and I said, well, I just didn't bring it. Like I drove 4 hours with no ID. But thinking about that, like going back, you know, 16 years old and having the gusto to drive 4 hours and go stay with some random girl that I met the week before. We had a blast, you know, the week before, and it was just like, you know, that time, 16, you know, it's just like, you think, this is it. This is the one right here. And yeah, just driving and just knowing that car was always breaking down. It was always breaking down. And if I would have got caught doing that, man, my dad would have, it would not have been good. It would not have been good. So that was the wildest thing I did at a young age. I've done some stuff since, but we can't talk about that right now on this camera. So anyways, Tamra, if music wasn't in your life, what job would you be doing? Man, I'd be doing something crazy. I really would. I'd be doing something weird. I think I'd be like, I don't want to say weird. I wouldn't be doing like something normal. I think I'd be like working on some like African safari range or something with animals out there and stuff, and like hanging out with lions, and I'd be doing something crazy like that. Yeah, I couldn't sit. I couldn't sit still. Shelby from Indianapolis, when you open up and put your heart into a song, do you ever get nervous about what other people are going to think? Not when I'm writing it, I don't. Later on, kind of a little bit. When I'm writing it, I'm not thinking about that at all. But later on, you know, when you realize people are going to critique it, and you got critics. Everybody's a damn critic these days. And now with social media, everybody's a critic. Everybody's got their own blog. Everybody's a writer. And, yeah. So, yeah, afterwards a little bit. Hey, thanks again to Cody Allen and CMT for supporting Wild Ones with me. They've always been behind me and been such big fans of what I do and supporters, and I just want to say thanks for that. And thanks to you guys. Had a blast hanging out with y'all. I hope I answered some of your questions in a serious manner, and hope to see you guys on the road. I'm so thankful for you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.